All right, we are live on the main page. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, Rasa, you can open it up, bro.
Hey, Shalom. All right, the brothers here from Great Millstone, Atlanta. Got the brothers from Gms Memphis. All right, fellowshipping through the Spirit. All right, giving no praises, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakadash.
All right, that bonds to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. All right, of the nation of Israel. All right, it's going to be a various topics live stream. All right, brothers, we're just talking in the Spirit, and just wanted to do this edifying lesson through the Spirit. So if any brother's got a scripture to open up with, bring it out.
Yeah, Con. You got something out? Con, bring it out, bro.
This is Jeremiah 10 and 23. Oh, Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not a man that walketh to direct his steps.
Yeah, because YAHAWASHI guides and he directs the path of men. Okay? In case in point, look at World War III. Okay? Even though Esau, the so-called white man, understands the prophecies, he's still being guided and directed according to the will of YAHAWASHI. And it's going to lead up into World War III.
That's right.
Even though they're trying to, come with peace talks, what they call it, arms deal or whatnot.
Arms treaty.
They're not going to be able to succumb, okay, the prophecies of Yahweh because he leads and he guides and he directs the spirit of man. Okay, go ahead, brother.
It says, O Lord Yahweh, correct me, but with judgment, not in thy anger, lead thou bring me to nothing.
That's right. So we want Yahweh to judge us according to our righteousness. Okay? We want the Lord to judge us according to peace. Not according to anger and indignation. We want to be judged according to righteousness and mercy, so that we'll be able to inherit the kingdom of heaven. So we'll be able to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, going into the kingdom of heaven without having to feel that sting of death. So that's why we have to make sure, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, that we carrying out his purpose. We carrying out his will. When you look up the word, pleasing, in the context of pleasing the Lord, the word is ratazaka. Okay? It's not Baba Kushah. Baba Kushah is supplication. Okay? When you look up the word or pleasing, is ratazaka, which is the Lord's will, your will. That's why we say ratazah, Adawan ratazah, Lord willing. Okay? Meaning Lord pleasing. Okay? Because the only thing that's pleasing to Yahweh Shai is his will. Right. So that's why he set us up and he guide and he direct us according to his will. Because it's pleasing. That's why we should always pray and we should always ask Yahweh Shai to guide and direct us according to his will. Not according to your will. And sometimes you're going to have to compromise your will according to his will. And that's where your sacrifices come in. Because you're willing to compromise what you want to do to fulfill what he needs to be done. Okay? You have something? If not, somebody can give me what you got in Proverbs? Proverbs 16, yep.
I got Proverbs 20.
Proverbs 16 and 9. It say, a man's heart deviseth his way.
Go ahead.
But Yahweh directed his steps.
Yeah, see, the Lord directed our steps. He guides and he leads us according to his will. If we're malleable, which the word malleable means moldable, okay? If we're malleable, okay, to be able to fulfill his will, he'll lead us in that direction, okay? And a lot of men be self-willed. A lot of men cater to the flesh, and they think they in the spirit. They think and they act as if they in the spirit, but a lot of times they cater to the flesh. Okay? But we have to learn as we get in closer and closer to the time of visitation that we more so catering according to the Spirit. When the Spirit tell you certain things, you supposed to grasp and you supposed to lean into the Spirit. To hell with the flesh, man. Okay? Catering to the flesh is going to get a lot of Negroes killed.
Yeah.
Okay? Somebody give me Proverbs 20 and 24, Baba Kushah. You got it?
Yeah.
Come on, go ahead.
It's Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
How can a man then understand his own way?
Yeah, how can you understand your own way? You know? How we move, how we, how we walk, how we talk, who we encounter. That is all of YAHAWASHI. He direct our path. Okay? So we have to be moldable. We have to be controllable. We have to let the Lord use us according to his will, which is pleasing. If you come against his will, if you come against his way, he's not going to be able to use you in the fashion that he wants to use you. Okay? So we have to always take into consideration, are we moving according to the Spirit? And whenever y'all brothers want to jump in, jump in.
Yeah, like it said, to hide pride from man. We're trying to bring out the Job 33.
Yeah, Job 33:15.
Yeah,
Kind.
Because this is the thing of bring pride to Jake. Jake think he doing everything on his own, which everything done by YAHAWASHI. That's why I say I form like I create God. You know what I'm saying? Everything done by Yahawah, man. So I'm gonna hit this up. This Job 33 and 14. For the Most High speaking once, yet twice, yet man perceiving not. And they dream and they vision of the night when deep sleep fall upon men and the slumbering upon the bed. Then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction. And that's why I said, man, goes of the Lord. Because he sealed the instruction, man. That's the Most High moving.
That's right.
We only playing a part, man.
That's right.
I got something real quick.
You like robots.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
I got something real quick. It's Philippians 2 and 12. I'll start at 13 slightly. For it is the most.
So like it real quick. Hey, Shalom, Apostle Ramla.
Oh,
Shalom. Hey, YAHAWASHI. Rock the thumb.
For Philippians 2 and 13. For it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure.
Ooh.
Hey, so it's the Most High that like the brother just said, like we've been bringing out. The Lord is the one that's directing our steps, okay? He's the one, everything is according to his will. Because for you to acknowledge that he's the creator, that means that he is literally orchestrating everything. If he's the Alpha and Omega, if he's the supreme power, everything is according to his will. Nothing is according to your own, flesh, carnal will.
Absolutely.
Y'all really got it.
This a hit, Romans 8 and 20. It speaks about, Romans 8 and 20 speaks about man going off, not willingly. But by the reason him subject to the same in hope, which is YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
We ain't willing to go out because the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
That's right.
But guess what? It's all in tune with YAHAWASHI. This is movement.
And that's why we have to be willing to fight against the flesh. We can't just give into the flesh. Now the flesh is strong, man. So sometimes the flesh gonna get you. Okay? But you have to be able to recognize when, the flesh got you. And you have to correct it so that you can be better spiritually. Okay? The Lord is not, giving you excuse to let the flesh win. Okay? The scripture says, a just man falleth 7 times, but get thee back up again.
That's right.
Okay? So just because you fall, that's not a reason to stay down. Get your ass up. For lack of better terms, man. Get your ass up, bro. Okay? Stop letting the flesh win over you. Stop letting him defeat you. Just stop giving him the excuses that he needs to continue to thrive within you. Say, I'm gonna correct it. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna get over that hurdle. The water for bringing that out. You might fall, you may slip, but don't let the flesh pin you down. Break through that mold. Break through that Babylonian mold that's been placed on our people.
Right.
Rise through the spirit of YAHAWASHI so that you can be fit. You can be an honorable vessel to be used. You want to be that golden cup in YAHAWASHI's hand that he constantly always goes to the drink of. Because you're built for it, man. Okay? Matter of fact, bring it out, Karatazah. And then I'm gonna let brothers go ahead and hit that precept.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 21. It says, if a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet.
Yeah, so if you purge yourself from what, Aki? If you purge yourself from your carnal ways, individually, okay? Because some brothers may have certain carnal ways that other brothers may not possess, you know? But that's just your hurdle that you got to get over. So certain brothers may have certain ways that about themselves that they give into more than others. So if you purge yourselves from these things, mortify the deeds of the flesh, like it tells you, like Paul wrote, therefore mortifying the members of the flesh. Okay, so if you do so, the word mortify means to kill. Okay, to dead them. All right, go ahead, Karatazah.
It says, he should be a vessel to honor, sanctified, and meet for the master's use.
Yeah, sanctified means set apart. It said it's in meet, meaning perfect, for the master's use. Who is the master? YAHAWASHI. Okay, so the Lord will be able to use you in ways in which you never thought that you could be used. Okay? Because you purged yourself, you fashioned yourself according to the Spirit. Therefore, you will be meet or perfect for the master's use. The Lord will be able to use you in ways that you never knew you could be used.
That's right.
If we learn to follow what the Spirit tells us to do. Okay? We have to learn to follow the Spirit, Aki. Okay? The Spirit speaketh expressly, man. When the Lord puts certain things out there in the Spirit, don't come up against it, man. Listen, take heed. Realize what the Lord is telling you, and stop thinking about the flesh. Okay? The flesh profiteth nothing. Okay? If somebody can hold that and say John 6:63, and if anybody had anything, you know, the brother go ahead and... Okay, come on, go ahead, out.
You just want to repeat that. It say back in Job, 33 and 17, finish it off, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Yep, and that's the thing, he said from his purpose, man. Because, Jake, like we was in the world, shit, we had dreams.
Right.
I'm gonna become a rapper, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But what the Most High do, man, he took us out of there. And brought us to his marvelous light, man. Right. So to hide man from his purpose, man, what he think he finna do, the Most High like, I got something totally different from you. You know what I'm saying? Because we might go to sleep and be like, well, I wash my car in the morning. Take my son right, you know what I'm saying? But the Most High got a whole different plan. You might wake up and your tire was flat. So now you got to fish your tire instead of wash it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Most High is control of this whole thing, man. That's why it's spiritual, man. Us being together right now is spiritual. Right. And brothers have to think like that, act like that and move according to it. This ain't no man, man. This is the spirit of YAHAWASHI.
That's right, Al.
Right, bro.
That's right, brother. You got something y'all can know?
This is Psalms 37 and 23. It says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of you guys that end up in these tragic car crashes, you end up in these highway shootings, you ain't a good man.
That's right.
The steps of a good man is ordered by the Lord, man.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of you niggas that run into to certain problems in certain situations, and you end up being overtaken by it, it's because you're not a good man. To YAHAWAH, you're not a good man. You're a badass man.
That's right.
Okay? And that's why the Lord, hey, somebody get Proverbs 17:11 real quick. And then if you could, Yakanan, I want you to bring that out after we bring out this Proverbs 17 and 11.
God, I was right there.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 17 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
An evil man seeketh only rebellion.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, a cruel messenger
Yeah, a cruel messenger. Go ahead.
shall be sent against it.
That's an evil angel. So a good man, the Lord directs the steps of a good man. But an evil man, the Lord gives what? He gives him an evil angel.
That's right. That's right.
All right? Now, you got to remember that a lot of these 2/3 out here, they're being directed by evil angels. Give me Psalms 91 and 11 real quick. And then I want you to read what you had too. Again, Yakanan.
I got it.
You got it up? Go ahead.
This is Psalms 91 and 11.
Uh-huh.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee
Yeah, go ahead.
to keep thee in all thy ways.
Yeah, so the Lord said he will give the angels charge over us to keep thee in thy ways. But if you seek evil, the Lord is going to give you over to what? To a cruel and evil angel. And he's gonna do what? He's gonna bring judgment on you. That's why Jake be getting shot at. That's why Jake be getting killed. That's why Jake be in these freak accidents. That's why Jake get AIDS. That's why Jake go through all the things, diabetes. That's why Jake go through all the things that they go through, because they're not good men. The Lord is not directing this. The Lord is like, you know what? Hey, go to the left-hand side. I want you to send Asmodeus. You lead him.
Yeah.
Asmodeus is an evil angel.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So that's why we have to do what? We have to do things that's pleasing unto YAHAWASHI, so he'll give us a righteous angel to keep us in our ways.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
To guide us out the path of destruction. To guide us out the path of evilness, man. Because we got a righteous angel that's directing us. We don't have an evil angel that's guiding us, man. A left-hand angel, man.
That's right.
Okay? That's the importance of abiding and following what the Spirit says.
If I can make this point, just to go back to what you read in Proverbs 17 about when it says the evil man seeketh only rebellion. Now, you know the scriptures say that what? It says that rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, man.
Yeah.
And in the law, it says that what? Thou should not suffer a witch to live, man.
Yep.
You know, so that's that path of death, man. You know, I believe the word rebellion goes back to basically a war.
Yep.
Bell,
Yep,
bell,
read.
like basically, yeah,
And Bell war.
yeah, war. So you basically waging war against basically you going to war against the Heavenly Father, man.
Absolutely, yeah. Hey, let's deal with that word. Matter of fact, somebody give me Isaiah 1 and 20 real quick. And then brothers go ahead and bring out their precepts.
I had one in the meantime.
Go ahead, Isaiah.
Isaiah 1:20.
Oh,
Yeah, hold that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go bring out that in the
Okay.
meantime. Go
yeah,
ahead.
this is another one on basically how the Lord is in control of all of man's movements, man. This is Proverbs 16 and 1.
Yep.
The preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
Yeah.
And that word in my Bible for the word preparations, the word it says plans. Yeah, so the plans of your mind, and you make the example of thinking you're going to do this day and do that and do this, but really that all comes from the Heavenly Father, man. You know, like you read in Job 33, it's already embedded into your mind, man. What you going to do, you know, for that day, the day prior, man.
Yep. And that's why you got to move according to the Spirit. When the Spirit speaks, it withdraws you from your purpose. Be willing to be withdrawn from your purpose, man.
Yeah.
What you want to do according to what the Spirit is telling you to do. But if you do things that the Spirit is telling you otherwise, you're going to run into a problem. It always happens. So when the Spirit speaks, listen.
Yeah.
Stop, like Apostle Gabar just recently did a video entitled familiarity breeds contempt. But the message that was wrote from the brother in Baltimore was, you know, sometimes the apostles have to say certain things for Jake to listen. Don't be one of them brothers, man.
Right.
The Lord has camp heads and has brothers, not even, you know, camp heads, elders, other brothers, even up under that to instruct you. But don't just wait for I'm gonna just wait for the apostles to say it, then I'm gonna do it. The Spirit is gonna work through other brothers to tell you certain things, man. And that's the importance of looking at each other actually as brothers.
Yeah, that's right.
If you look at a man as a brother, you're not gonna, you know, look at his words as if they're just you know, McDonald's French fries, man. You're gonna look at that man's words as if it's precious gold coins, man.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put them to use.
That's right.
That's why you have to follow the Spirit, because it's the Lord telling you things through the man. And if you look at Jake like a nigga, or you just like, yeah, well, the apostles got to say it in order for me to, you know, put it out there, then come on, man. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna get caught slipping.
Yep, yep.
Then you're gonna blame everybody else. Why you ain't tell me? I did tell you, you ain't hear it, bro.
Right.
You know? Move according to the Spirit when the Spirit speaks, man. Okay? You know when the Spirit is speaking, man. Listen. Okay? When the Spirit speaks, listen. A lot of times Jakes like to withdraw themselves from the Spirit and move according to their purpose. Instead of withdrawing themselves from their purpose and moving according to the Spirit.
Right. Right.
Okay? Go ahead. Was it more to that?
No.
And I want to deal with that word rebel,
Yeah.
because that's usually what Jake do. Jake like to rebel. They like to go and make war against YAHAWASHI.
Yeah.
So let's see what happened to the clowns that rebel, man. Let's get that Isaiah 1 and 20.
I got you.
Go ahead.
Let it brother have it.
No.
You can bring it out, nobody.
Yeah.
Alright, this is Isaiah 1 and 20. But if ye refuse and rebel, yet shall be devoured with the sword.
Yeah, so if you refuse and you rebel, you're going to be devoured with the sword. And a lot of guys, man, they run into these situations because they be rebelling against YAHAWASHI. And ultimately, these rebels, they're going to be devoured by the ICBM nuclear missile.
Wow.
But in small skirmishes, a lot of Jake get shot by the sword. A lot of Jake get locked up by the sword, Esau. A lot of Jake get felonies because they bucking up against the Lord. They ain't listening. They want to do their own goddamn thing. They don't want to hear nothing. So then the Lord put a felony on your record because you ain't listening. The sword got you. Now your life fucked up.
Yeah.
You gotta listen, man. Jake is a stiff-necked people. We have to learn to get in that spirit of actually listening, man, withdrawing ourselves from our own personal purpose and fulfilling the will of YAHAWASHI. He might want to use you, but you steadily withdrawing yourself from him. He needs you to do something, and you just like, no, I gotta go to sleep. No, my rib. No, my kids. He can't use you because you're trying to withdraw yourself from his purpose. I can. We have to learn to abide in the Spirit. Okay?
I got some definition for rebel.
Okay, kind of. Bring out what you got. You can bring it out, Karatza.
Alright, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1. It says, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. So you got to pay more attention to what brothers say in the spirit. Brother might get on you, might curse you out, man, but you got to take into consideration what he's saying instead of the curse words just going out, and instead of thinking, oh, this brother's getting on me. Well, I didn't really like how this brother presented it. The brother's trying to tell you something in the spirit. Maybe you need to focus more on the spirit. Maybe you need to cut off certain things. So you need to be here. That's the reason why you got 2 ears and only have 1 mouth. You need to pay attention to what's being spoken. You know?
That's right.
Absolutely. Go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
Woo! Yep. See, meaning your mind. Lab in the Hebrew. Your heart, your mind is deceitful above all things. You will tell yourself what you want to do, but you deceiving yourself. Somebody give me Galatians 6:5. Go ahead, Yedai.
I'm sorry.
Come.
Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Yeah, because your mind is susceptible to evil spirits that you have no idea that they're evil spirits. Okay? Because you haven't developed a filter. You haven't developed the spirit of discernment. So your heart can become desperately wicked because evil spirits, they come and they go. And if you don't have a filter, if you don't have the scriptures to filter all of these thoughts and all of these ways, you're going to become susceptible to it, man.
That's right.
That's why we have to learn to follow the spirit of YAHAWASHI. Because you will find yourself in a scenario, in a situation that's very uncomfortable just by not following the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the importance of moving according to the will. The will of YAHAWASHI is what's pleasing to him. Not you doing what you want to do.
Right.
That's not pleasing to the Lord. That's you pleasing the flesh. What pleases the Lord is when you do what he tells you to do in the spirit. That's what's pleasing to him. So we have to learn to lean unto that more. Okay? We have to learn to lean unto YAHAWASHI more in the spirit. Cut certain things off carnally, man. Certain things that's holding you back. Some brothers may have a meat demon on them. Well, cut back, stop. Okay, if you have a meat demon on you, start by just stop eating beef. Just start there. And then go from there to maybe you're going to stop, you're going to eat meat only 5 times a week instead of 7 times. You eat 5 times. Then go from 3. Okay? Or if you have a demon on you or you drink too much. All right, well, cut out wine first. Then cut out beers.
One step at a time.
Just try to withdraw yourself from the flesh. So you can please the Lord and you can do things according to the purpose that he has for you, man. Okay? You have more to that? Absolutely.
This is Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord, YAHAWASHI, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways.
Yeah. So whatever you push out, that's what the Lord is going to give you. If you push out carnality, you're going to get carnality. If you push out spirituality, you're going to reap the fruits of the Spirit. That's how we have to learn to think like this going into these times. Because it's going to be very detrimental to survival. Very detrimental to survival. How we're operating in the Spirit. Okay? We can't be niggas in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right? Don't get caught, bro. Them evil spirits are like, he being a nigga. Let's get him. Okay? This is going to be death's last hoorah. Like the other brother Rotters I always say, it's like death's last hoorah, man. So that one little time you being a nigga, man, could cost you, man. Because you've been giving into the goddamn flesh too much, man. Mortify it. Kill it. You go into the time of Jacob's trouble, it's just straight spirituality. You know? You don't want to be a rebel. You don't want to give death a reason to come at you, man. You want to give death a reason to stay away from you. Because you got life. Death ain't trying to fuck with life. Death is trying to run away from life. Soon as you do carnal shit, things that's attract the flesh, that's when death come meet you. What you doing, what?
Yeah.
See you doing that. That's what you doing? Let me talk to you. No. You want to mortify all of that. You want to kill all of that. You want to get more closer to the spirit of life so that when the time comes in Jacob's trouble, hey, the Lord, you have a protective hedge around you. You have nothing but the spirit of life around you. Death don't want to come nowhere near the vicinity. Okay? Go ahead, Al.
This is Galatians 5:16.
Oh, yeah.
This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. You know, hey, so that's like the brother's going into. You know, walk in the spirit. Okay, you know, meditate on you know, righteousness, on doing the right thing. You know, it says walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And that goes into what the brother was saying about purging things. You know, trimming bad habits. You know, which through the spirit we were actually talking about. We were discussing this earlier as a camp. You know, bettering ourselves. This is a time. You know, this is a time where it's most important that we really have to check ourselves and evaluate ourselves going into the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, I'm gonna keep going. It says, "For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would." Right. So, the flesh is always in the way, man. It's always in the way. It's always trying to hinder your growth. Always trying to knock you off balance. It's a tug of war. Yeah, it's a tug of war. Like if you ever watch on those shows, they got the angel on the shoulder and the devil on the shoulder. That's what it's similar to.
Absolutely.
You know,
you gotta learn to beat up the old nigga.
Yeah.
Stop letting him win all the time.
You know, in Philippians it speaks of that. You know, the 4th chapter. That old man which is corrupted. But you know, he always trying to come back. You know, because you know it's the flesh war for the spirit. So you know, I say you have to examine yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that flesh is still waiting at the door on you. Because when we enter to the world, we going out the door. You know, we're in our houses. You know, we're spiritual. Show me open that door for to go to work. It's the world. You
That's
know
it. You out there.
You out there, man.
And you have to learn to be able to repel that negative energy in which you were once a part of.
Exactly.
Okay, you have to learn how to no. Okay? Some brothers may have a sleep demon on them, man. Get your ass up. You know?
Say hit you. You know what I'm saying? All kind of counterpunch. You know what I'm saying? He come all types of angles to get you, man. But
he come in, it's endless.
Right. And he do brothers different ways. Brothers be getting hit from Satan all different ways, but you gotta know, like, shit, as long as you got the spirit of YAHAWASHI, you can fight it. You know? And these people out here, they ain't got the spirit of YAHAWASHI. They can't fight it. That's why you hear them complaining.
They lost.
Like, but, you know, because they ain't got the spirit and the power of YAHAWASHI.
Man.
We got it, man.
That's right.
And we gotta use it.
And you know, and how you use it by moving according to his purpose, man. Okay? I want to get something real quick off the comment board. This is from the brother Thy Servant. Hey, Kwana, Shalom, bro. Shalom. Y'all Shalom. And the brother YAHAWASHI, man. Shalom. Y'all Shalom. All you brothers, man. All right, it says, this is from the brother Thy Servant, Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's what happens when you add sin to sin, you get stuck. You get stuck in your sins. It's like quicksand. And that's why you see Jake, they always in a rut, so they gotta smoke cigarettes to try to ease the pain, but it don't go nowhere. But they still in the quicksand. They gotta drink lean, promethazine. They gotta smoke weed. They gotta commit adultery to try to make themselves feel better. They gotta do all of these things to try to make themselves feel better about themselves, but they're just adding sin unto sin and getting deeper and deeper in the quicksand, all because they withdraw themselves from the YAHAWASHI.
Like I say too, you know, just like if you tell a lie, you gotta have to keep telling more lies on top of that lie to keep it going.
Beautiful.
You know, but if you tell the truth that one time, That's it.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? What we doing, we telling the truth, man.
To ourselves.
Yeah, to ourselves. You gotta be real. You gotta be true to yourself and actually realize, hey, that's a demon, man. You know, and attack it, man. And we got the truth, so you go defeat it, man.
That's right.
You know?
If I can finish this precept,
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord YAHAWASHI, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
Woo! You can break it down.
Because even when you go into a fruit, you don't just, it doesn't just appear. It all starts from what? From a seed. And going to talking about earlier, the seeds are you know, what we're sowing is really through your habits. So by you planting certain seeds and making it habitual, the spirit, you know, germinates and allows that seed to grow, and then you eventually have fruit from your works and from your doings.
Man.
But like brothers going into, if you planting seeds and you planting bad seeds that the spirit of YAHAWASHI isn't with, he gonna still allow that seed to grow.
Yep.
But that seed gonna grow. It's gonna be wicked. It's gonna grow into wicked. It's gonna be growing in wickedness.
It's gonna come back and bite you in your ass.
Yeah, come on.
You know, you reap what you sow. You know, if you plant a fucked up seed, when that fruit grow and it's time to pick that fruit and eat it,
GMO.
it's gonna be bitter.
I got a quick one.
And that's why you see niggas in the condition that they're in, because they've done nothing but plant bitter, degenerate seeds, like what the brother's saying, man. You know, the Lord's still gonna allow it to spring forth and come forth, but then it's gonna be unprofitable, man. It ain't gonna profit you. Okay, go ahead, Al.
Yes, a quick point. Go right with the brother's going into. This is Galatians 6 and verse 8. It says, "For he that soweth to the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting." You know, yeah, that go right what brothers was going into, man. All right, you know, certain things that you sow, you know, you tilling the ground, you sow that seed. Hey, it's going to grow, you know, but you got jakes that sow according to the flesh, man. You know, Scripture say that the flesh profiteth nothing, man. You know, Scripture also say that to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. You know, so hey, we gotta continue to sow in the spirit, man. All right, if we want to receive life, you know, that's pretty much it. You gonna add something?
Yeah, I had a quick one, bro.
Go ahead.
It's Proverbs 3 and 11. It says, "My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction."
That's right.
You know, that correction can come from a brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be like, you just, you know,
Yeah.
getting on me, but you know, through the Spirit, man, that's the Lord speaking to you.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
trying to correct you and get you right. You know?
That's right. That's right.
That's how you grow.
Yeah.
You know, you grow through chastising.
God.
You know, like if you look at like kids as an example, right? The best kids with the best behavior, they were constantly chastised.
Yep.
You know, they were constantly got on, constantly being corrected. You know, you got something to talk about?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab something real quick because you spoke about the best children are chastised. This is Hebrews chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, verse 5. It says, "And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth." Yeah, so you're not going to be able to skate through this truth with the persona of perfection. You know, like you just that one brother out of 144,000 that don't need correction. Everybody, man. Everybody's gonna get got.
It's gonna happen soon.
You know how you can grow.
That's right.
You grow by your mistakes that you make.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, in the truth, we don't make mistakes. Why I said right to man what Father said time. You know, and we gonna make mistakes in the truth, right?
Yeah.
And if you willing to repent and keep pushing.
Yep. And you know what too, Nabai? When it says a righteous man falls 7 times, it ain't even actually talking about actually 7 times.
Exactly.
It's just talking about how many times you fall according to your spirit. And one brother may fall 50 goddamn times, but I bet he get up 51
Yeah, that's right.
and get right back to the Lord. Some brothers may not fall as much as the next brother,
Right.
but they still get up. They endure their chastening, man. Okay? It takes a strong son. Well, if you got a son and your son can endure chastisement and still love you, that's a strong son, man. You love to see it, man. That's why a lot of Jakes, old school Jakes, was very tough on their sons.
Yeah.
Because when you was tough on your son back in the day, that proved love. That proved, you would see after a certain amount of time, you would see that, man, my son loves me, man. I be on his ass. I be on his ass about everything, but he still smiles at me. He still want to give me a 5. He still asks me questions. He still want to be like me. Because you know why? Because your son sees that you love him, man. And that's like YAHAWASHI, man. That's why he be jacking us up sometimes, man. He take us through a lot of things. He is tough love because he want to see how we react. If we gonna just be like, he mean. He mean. F my dad. That's 2/3 mentality.
Okay, you got that a lot.
You know, it made me think of that movie. What was that movie Denzel was in? Remember his son?
You talking about
Fences.
Yeah.
His son, he was getting on his ass. You know, he ended up having to whoop his ass, but he kind of bucked up like that. Like, he don't love me.
he had to wait till he had died to realize
before
that
he
he was right the whole time.
That's right.
But like Yahawah said, he said he dealt with us like he dealt with sons. So what you gonna do? You gonna chastise him? You gonna whoop his ass when he go, when he do wrong. You know, but guess what? It's all in love, man. You know, because you don't want your son out here doing all that wicked shit, just like Yahawah don't want us out here doing the wicked shit. You know what I mean?
John, hey,
Same thing.
that's right. Hey, my fleshly father was very strict, man. He was austere. Like, he checked us a lot about a lot of things, that the average kid wasn't getting checked about, man. But unto this day, man, I still love my dad, man. If my dad needs something, I still help him, man. If he's sick, I still go take care of my dad. Because I know that the things that he showed me and that he was taking me through when I was a younger man, it was for this time now. And that's that respect. And my father, my fleshly father, he's still able to see that. That whenever I encounter him, it's still love. It ain't no hate. It ain't no you ain't F you. You know what I'm saying? It was you had to be real with me. You had to be tough with me.
Right.
I'm over that. The water. So whatever you need, I got you. That's how we supposed to be with YAHAWASHI, man. See, a lot of Jakes, they run from the chastisement of the Lord, man. They start to hate the Lord because they gotta lead their family. Man, fuck you niggas, man.
That's right.
You are rebellious sons, man. You are disobedient to fathers, man. Okay? Yeah. If it wasn't for YAHAWASHI, your measly ass wouldn't be here, man.
Right.
But a lot of you niggas leave him because of your own personal pride.
Right.
The Lord put the spirit in another man to bring your little ass out. And then you grow and you leave the Lord. Because you got to leave a woman. Because you can't have the world.
Right.
You can't have what you want. So you leave the Father that created you. That's why the Lord is going to bring the amount of judgment that he's going to bring.
That's right.
Because of you type of Negroes out here, man. Preferably you 2/3, man. Okay? You are ungrateful, you are unthankful, and you have no level of respect for the Heavenly Father. You got it. Y'all brothers got it.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 30, verse 1. It says, he that loveth his son, causing him off to feel the rod.
That's right. You know, so if you are a father that loves your son, you're going to instill discipline in that man. Because you know that he's going to grow into a man. And he's going to have to possess certain characteristics in order to lead people. So you instill certain core values into your son so that he can be a man of the Lord, man. A lot of you guys, when the Lord started to chastise you and discipline you, you just throw up the middle finger to the Lord, man.
That's right.
That's what you do. Yeah, we're talking to you.
Yeah.
If the shoe fit, wear it. If you hate to go through things in this truth, if you hate the sacrifice, if you hate certain things that come along with this walk, we're talking to you. Because the Lord don't deserve it.
We had a dude like that used to come out of our camp, man. The boy started catching the hell, it was over with.
Mm-hmm.
He just stopped. You know, first testimony is when we had first set up the camp in Memphis. Shit, police like, hey, I gotta get about this corner.
Right.
5 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we call it 5 minutes because to this day, shit, 5 minutes been a long time. You know what I'm saying? We had 5 minutes down the corner.
God.
We still there, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
We had 5 minutes took 2 years, you know?
Yeah.
But it was the fact that the faith, he ain't have it, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, he was scared. He like, man, the police said, man, they gonna do something. They gonna do something, man. We'll get about this corner. Man, I'm like, fuck that shit. We finna set up camp.
Right.
Man, we started bringing out the tripod and getting the camera ready. He looked around, he was gone.
Done.
He was gone, bro.
Jig ain't ready, bro.
Yeah. You know, and that's because they hate the chastisement of YAHAWASHI. So when the little chastisement comes, they leave, they run, man.
If I could add, let's cut you off, Slocky. If I
Absolutely.
could add,
Absolutely.
hey, you read in Hebrews 12, I think it mentioned the word faint. It said faint not at his chastisement. And going to that word faint, I believe it means to be weak, man. You know, don't basically. Oh, and I'm sorry, it means to be weak-minded. All right, you got a lot of guys that fainted, man. You know, a little morsel of chastisement came, and they folded like damn lawn chairs, man.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, taking all their frustrations out on the Heavenly Father.
Right.
Now because they feelings hurt, they don't have to do the work no more.
Right.
I ain't doing the work. Nigga.
Yeah.
Okay? The Lord gonna deal with all of you type of Negroes, man.
All right.
The Lord gonna deal with all of you type of Hispanic and Native American buffoons. Okay?
He gave us scriptures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said wisdom, knowledge, ability, that time. Like, we in them times, man.
That's right.
All right, when Ecclesiastes, all right, 2, you know, it said, well, take it truthfully. You must have read the scripture. Or you ain't applying the scripture.
That's what it is.
You know? Because you read that scripture, you don't know like that. The Lord said that when I catch the hell, he doing it. So take it truthfully.
That's right.
But Jake like, hell, nah. They let that flesh overrule the spirit.
Yeah. I got a quick precept too. This Psalms 118 and 18. It says, "The Lord, YAHAWASHI, have chastened me sore, but He have not given me over unto death."
Yeah, beautiful, brother. You know, it say the Lord had chastened me sore, man. Sometimes, man, that hell the Lord put on you, man, you just be exhausted. But it say He have not what?
Giving me over unto death.
He have not given us over unto death. Because He's building our spirit. We have to remember, man, don't get vexed at the Lord. Get vexed at America.
Yeah.
Okay? Instead of hating the spirit, hate America, man. You know? If you know what? Fuck. You know what? I got to do a live stream tonight. I'm going to stay up and do this live stream. And if I have to be late to work, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be late because I'm more so leaning towards the chastisement than you fucking devils, man. Okay?
And if I could say, that's how you actually channel your hatred into doing good works.
Yep.
You know, here it is. You know, you have that hatred, you have that anger for Esau, but it's gonna turn. It's gonna result to you doing more in the spirit.
Yep.
You know, you take that anger towards Esau and that frustration towards wanting to get the hell up out of here, man. That should be your motivation. That anger.
That's right.
You know.
Kind. And that's how you grow. When you mortify the flesh. Stop letting America get to you like it get to these niggas, man. Okay? America is whooping 2/3 ass. They don't know what to do. You have the spirit. Stop letting America defeat you, man.
Right.
And the only way that you let America defeat you is because you continue to withdraw yourself from the purpose of YAHAWASHI. And you give yourself to the will of Babylon. And not to the Lord. And you don't grow. You don't go nowhere. Because the only thing you're thinking about is Babylon, the flesh. And then you try to pretend as if you're mad at Babylon, but Babylon got you.
Mm-hmm.
You try to come around brothers and act like, yeah, I hate this place. But the whole time Babylon got you exactly where he wants you, because you're giving into that spirit. Give into the spirit of life. Give more into the spirit of YAHAWASHI so that you can become fruitful in the ministry. So that you can, be more jovial and vibrant in the spirit. You'll have more precepts to bring out. Okay? When you speak, it's not monotone, man. It's with passion. Okay? And a lot of men, they give themselves into Babylon, man. They let Babylon defeat them, man. Okay? Yeah, you have to work. Scripture says if a man don't work, he don't eat, right? You have to work. You have to be able to provide income. You have to be able to do certain things to bring in money. Absolutely. But that don't mean that you're supposed to give yourself over to that spirit. Your spirit's supposed to be invested into YAHAWASHI, man.
That's right.
If you're giving more to Esau than you're giving to the Lord, come on, man. But then you got the nerve to condemn him. But you giving him your everything and you ain't giving the Lord nothing. You a hypocrite, man. You got them reading Edomite books, and you taking Edomite courses, and you on Edomite jobs promptly. Every time it's time for you to clock in, you there on time, but you can't never get the time on camp. You don't never read the scriptures. And then when it's time to do the work, you ain't never available. But you always there for Esau.
Bright and early.
You always on point and prompt when it comes time to fulfill his will. When it come down to the Lord, you fuck it.
But at the same time, you can take criticism from Esau at the job, but you can't take criticism from brothers that's got the spirit of light over it.
That's right, bro.
Yeah. And this and receive this with balance. Receive the message with balance. Yeah, go to work. Make sure you're on time for work. Make sure that your priorities are aligned. Absolutely. But do the same thing in the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the message. Make sure you're doing the exact same thing for the Lord.
Right.
Okay? Don't be unbalanced, man.
You gotta go hard both ways, man.
That's right.
I got something real quick on this. Okay. This is Isaiah 65:2. I have spread out my hands all day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. All right, and that goes back to the point of fulfilling the lust of the flesh, But it says a rebellious people. So our people are rebellious as hell. That's just the nature of Jake. That's the nature of Israel. It's just rebellious as hell, stubborn. Jake, you gotta beat it in their head sometimes, man. And in these times, we have to listen to what the Spirit is telling us. Like the brother was saying, listen to the Spirit. Okay? It says, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. And that there goes that being self-willed, you know, being self-willed, going according to your own ways. All right, I'm gonna keep going. A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, you know. Hey, Israel always had a pattern of going off, just provoking the Lord, pushing the Lord's buttons.
Yep.
You know, that sacrifices in gardens and burning incense upon altars of brick. All right. That was pretty much the point. Y'all brothers got it.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to blame yourself into salvation. You ain't gonna be able to blame everybody else into salvation.
Pointing the finger.
Yeah, you're gonna blame everybody and thinking that that's gonna be the formula to making it, man.
That's how Jake do it. You know, because, you know, some Jake don't like how certain brothers bring down the scripture. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you be cussing too much. You know what I'm saying? He ain't looking at the message of delivering
Yep.
the word. He all about the cordiality of he cussing. You know what I'm saying? Because he was brought up in Babylon, man. You know? When the brother bring out the truth the whole time, because he said, damn,
Yeah.
and fuck, he forgot the word.
Hey, I got something for you real quick. This is James 1:17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. So yeah, if a brother is very aggressive with his style of teaching, every gift is from above.
Yeah.
That's from the Lord. If a brother do exhort a lot, that's from the Lord. If a brother do go into history a lot, it's from the Lord. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Soak it up. You know? That'd be, you know, and that's why, you know, in the beginning of the video, we was going into how man's goings is of the Lord and how the Lord withdraws man from his own purpose. And usually the Lord withdraws you from your own purpose through chastisement, man. But a lot of men despise the chastisement of YAHAWASHI. They don't like going out to camp every week. You're supposed to like going to camp, man.
It shouldn't be a burden or something grievous to you.
Yeah.
You know, something that you should love. You should love to do it.
You know, like I say,
Yeah.
man, I don't feel like dealing with you today, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'm tired.
It's
Man,
cold.
work. It's cold.
I see.
Yeah.
It's too cold out there for the quality.
Yep.
Summer, spring. That's it.
They despise the chastening of YAHAWASHI. Somebody get me that in what is that? Revelation 2?
Yeah, I think what you're talking about.
Should be Revelation 2. Be
As many as I love our chastity.
yeah, be ye zealous therefore and repent.
I got it.
Go ahead. No, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
25 and 28 or something. It's in 2.
Till my 3 and
3. Yeah. Yep. Go out.
3. It's Revelations 3 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten.
Yeah. So as many as the Lord YAHAWASHI loves, he rebukes and he chastens. So sometimes the Lord will get on you, man. Okay? Sometimes the Lord will get on you just because he want to get on you. You might be doing everything right.
Yeah.
He still will get on you. But I need you to do more. Like I have a son, my oldest son, and sometimes he does good, but I still get on him because I want him to do more. Not because I don't love him. I'm doing it because I actually do love him.
Push the boundary.
You know?
Yeah. That's right.
You push him, you want him to be the greatest man, the greatest example that he can be. Of you and of YAHAWASHI. So you want to push him and you want to encourage him and let him know that, hey, you a leader. But I'm going to instill certain core values within you to make sure that you become the leader for yourself, for me, and YAHAWASHI. That's the mind frame that it's going to take, man, to get our people right, man. And if you ain't willing to become an example of chastisement, if you're not willing to become an example of correction and reproof, you ain't ready to lead.
Right.
You're not ready to lead because you hate to be checked, you hate to be guided, you hate to be corrected. Okay? Let me finish that real quick. Then you got it.
Already get you tired. So Revelations 3:19. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent.
Yeah. So be zealous, be on fire, and repent. Go ahead, nobody.
This is Philippians 1:29. For unto you it is given in the behalf of YAHAWASHI, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake.
That's right. Because you have to understand that the sufferings are going to abound into the actual comfort. Okay? It's going to transfer from actually suffering to actually comfort. Okay? Because you was willing to suffer for the will of YAHAWASHI. If somebody can give me that in 2 Corinthians 1:6. 2 Corinthians 1:6. You know what I'm talking about.
Go off of the ground first.
God.
Page 50 down.
In 2 Corinthians 1:6, it says, and whether we be afflicted, it is for your consolation and salvation.
Yeah, so if you be afflicted, it's for your consolation and your salvation. Okay, go ahead.
Which is effectually in the enduring of the same sufferings which we also suffer, or whether we be comforted, it is for your consolation and salvation.
Yeah, so if you afflicted, it's for your consolation and it's for your salvation. If you suffer, it's for your consolation and your salvation. So understand that it's just not, just to talk shit about you. Just to make you feel like a low-life piece of crap. No. It's going to manifest into actual comfort. It's going to manifest into you having a whole providence or a whole province, and people are looking to you. That's what these sufferings, that's what losing sleep is going to grow into that. But if you ain't willing to do it, you ain't going to get it. If you ain't willing to sacrifice certain things of the flesh, you're not going to grow in the spirit. And the apostles tell us this over and over and over and over again, but you will still see Jake getting caught up in the web of Babylon. Yeah. Leave Babylon alone, bro. Get your fucking, your daily bread, your work, and then let it be that. Stop letting Babylon contradict your spirit. Stop letting Babylon contradict your mood. Let the spirit dictate your mood, man. Like, brothers, certain brothers that's right here, right now, that got to go to work early in the morning, that was just like, I'm doing work. That's pleasing. That's the will of the Lord. That's pleasing unto the Lord, man. That's what the Lord want to see. And I guarantee the Lord going to give certain brothers the spirit to be able to get through that shift like it wasn't nothing. All because they was willing to mortify the members of the flesh and get this work in, man. That's how the Lord, it's an even trade-off.
Yeah. If I could say, even before we started the stream, Brother Tazwan was exhorting, and he was going into an example of the different mindsets. A lot of Jake, even amongst Israel, is stuck with an employee mindset. This employee, that 9-to-5 mindset, just go to work and always stuck in work. Like brother said, you'll go and be on time for all the Esau shit. But when it comes to the spirit, you ain't reciprocating. And that's a real slave, tired mindset, man.
It's called a fixed mindset. It's a fixed mindset and it's a growth. Being in the truth, you want to have that growth mindset. Because we gotta grow. So you gotta look at the good and stuff, man. Not worrying about how many hours you got to sleep before you gotta wake up for work. Yeah,
worrying about the downside, but then Jake could fuck around and lose sleep for the flesh. They'll be hitting the female all night, knowing they gotta go to work. Up watching Netflix, smashing. No, you gotta be working 3 hours. You ain't got no problem with that shit.
I'll be alright.
And the scriptures say they make provision for the flesh.
Yep.
You know?
You ain't got no, Jake don't have no problem with losing no sleep for some ass. But then when it come down to put, you know, the real work, Jake like, no, nigga, bye. Y'all got it. I'll watch it tomorrow.
Right.
But they ain't gonna miss no ass up. They about to go get it. And that's what the Lord be looking at all of that, man. Jake be thinking they be getting away from something, man. You got an angel on your case.
That's right.
You got an angel on your case. You better recognize that, Aki.
That's right.
There's an angel on all of our cases, man. You might think that this is just you. Yeah, I'm just going to do you. Jake be acting like they got 1,001 things to do. Ain't got shit to do.
They're gonna handle some business.
Yeah, I gotta go handle something, so, you know, I'm gonna let y'all. I ain't got shit to do.
Right.
And then wonder why they ain't coming up in the spirit, why they ain't growing,
Stuck.
why they stuck.
Yep.
Cause they ain't even try. Jake don't even try. Okay? Jake don't want to go through nothing, man. They just want to you know, they instead of preparing like we was talking about, instead of preparing for Jake is waiting for it. Instead of preparing for Jacob's trouble, Jake is waiting for Jacob's trouble. Like, as soon as Jacob's trouble comes, it's just like, hey, Lord, please give me spiritual power.
I was about to say this.
Bro!
Like the spirit just gonna kick in.
Like, it's just going to kick in, bro. Alright, this is the time. I'm just waiting on spiritual powers. You ain't did nothing.
You work toward it.
You've done nothing outside of your comfort zone to get in the spirit. But then all of a sudden, you're just, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Instead of this is the moment that we've all been preparing for.
Right.
It's a mindset. Like Amal said, it's a mindset.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay?
Slave 9 to 5, that grave shift mindset, man.
Yeah.
I got a quick precept.
Come.
This is Romans 8:18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Right? So there's something greater in store. We have to constantly have that crown in mind. Okay, have that reward in mind. Be goal driven. You know, it says the sufferings of this time, of this present time. Okay, yeah, you're gonna miss some hours of sleep. You're gonna miss certain things, and you're gonna miss out on women. You're gonna miss out on different things, whatever. Okay, you gotta have that mindset. All right, whatever, man. You know, because the Lord has something greater. You know, and it says it's not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And a lot of these guys that are making provisions for the flesh and that are not doing what they should be doing in the spirit, they're gonna pay later. They're gonna feel like shit later.
Yep.
You
They're
know,
gonna see Jake out here doing miracles.
Yeah.
They're gonna see certain brothers that they was a part of the camp with doing spiritual things, and the Lord has a level of protection around them, and they're gonna desire that, but the only thing they're gonna look back to is that I didn't put in as much as he put in.
That's right.
He worked for that. I didn't. So you're just gonna have to eat it. And it's gonna turn into jealousy, envying, malice, hating.
Spiritual hate.
Yep. There's just unfruitful deeds of the flesh, all because you came into the camp, your ass got up off the chair, came down to the camp, said you wanted to do it, came into the camp, and then realized this ain't for me. It's your fault. And ain't nobody in Great Millstone make nobody join this, man. The apostles and elders always say, if you don't like it, man, just go. Just leave. But Jake still want to ride it out. Still want to play this. They want to play this thing, man. Like it's a game, like it's the lottery. Bro, no, you have to do this. It's not no thing that you play. It's something that you do. It's an action. Okay? When certain men start coming up on a level, certain men start putting more in the spirit, they start passing you in the spirit. It's because that man is putting in work. He's putting in labor. He's taking the initiative to put together Hebrew prayers. He's taking the initiative to go into the Greek, the Latin. He's taking the initiative to go into history. He's taking the initiative to set up live streams. So he's growing. If you're not growing, look at yourself. Stop looking at everybody else. Look at yourself. What are you doing? What are you not doing? Stop withdrawing yourself from the purpose that YAHAWASHI set up.
That's right.
Fulfill the will, Akim. Fulfill the will of the Heavenly Father. Whatever He wants you to do, do it, man. And do it to the best of your ability. Stop half-assing with the Lord, man. Okay? He doesn't deserve it.
That's right.
The Lord doesn't deserve for you to half-ass with Him, man. He's getting ready to prepare everything for you, man. He does not deserve to be treated as such, man. Give the Lord everything that you can give Him according to balance, man. Okay? Give YAHAWASHI everything that you can give Him according to your balance. And make sure that you're doing it with all your spirit, man. Give me Hebrews 11:6. Oh, so like, was it 10 and 6? Forget your righteousness later.
6 and 10.
6 and 10.
I got it.
Go ahead, Al.
It says, this Hebrews 6 and 10. It says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love,
Go ahead.
which ye have showed towards His name.
Yeah, it's an actual labor. You're not just going to be a part of a camp and just think that the brothers around you that's laboring is going to leak off on you and you're going to receive benefits because other brothers labor.
Yeah.
It's an individual labor. Somebody hold Hebrews 4 and 11, and what is it? Hebrews 4 and 11.
Hiding in the camp. You know, you got some Israelites just be hiding, man. You just in there, man. You ain't,
Hiding in the camp. Then brothers from out of town coming to camp, and they like, I ain't never seen you before. You've been around for 3 years. Yeah, I've been around a lot. No, you ain't. And bullshit. You ain't been reading.
Right.
Upstairs watching American Idol. You know.
Yeah.
Upstairs on you know, typing in you know, all kind of twerk models.
Yeah.
Thinking you about to come up on a level. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's finish that off,
Time. It says, which ye have showed towards His name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to profess the Lord's name. You have to serve. You have to minister. You have to put forth the effort in order for the Lord to see it. And sacrifices comes through inconvenience. Okay? That's why it's called a sacrifice. Okay? I'm not, if I need to make a sacrifice back in the time during the sacrificial law, I can't go get Gamal's lamb and use his lamb to make a sacrifice. I gotta lose that lamb.
Yeah.
I have to lose my own personal lamb in order to make the sacrifice. That's what the Lord looks at and be like, well, He sacrificed a lamb, His lamb for me. So you're not going to be able to hide in a camp and think you're going to squiggle and use other brothers' sacrifices for yourself. Okay? Go ahead, Al.
Oh, was it more? Did you finish?
It was some more, but if you want to.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah, go ahead what you just said.
Now let your diagram.
Okay, kind of. It's First Thessalonians 4 and 11, because you mentioned how Jake tried to hide in the camp and try to go off other man's labor, so to speak, man. You know, this is 1 Thessalonians 4 and 11. It says, and that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded you. So there, and that's pretty much clear cut, dry to the point, man. You know, even though this is a body, it's a collective effort, but the balance is that at the same time, it's individual thing too, man. You know, you gotta work with your own hands, man. You know, and not depend on another brother to work for you, man.
That's right.
You know, that was it.
Yep.
Oh, you called it Hebrews 4:11?
Yep.
This is Hebrews 4:11. Let us labor therefore to enter that rest.
So we have to labor, man. We have to put the work in. We have to actually carry the lamb to the sacrifice, meaning get your ass up.
Yeah.
Okay? Go to camp. That's the altar. Get up.
Get out. Do something.
Stop saying I'm tired, I had to get a nap. Everybody tired in America, man. How are you separating yourself from the common ideology of America? Okay? That whole tired spirit, man, it's worn out, man.
If I could say too, it's like if you cutting you
No,
off.
you fine, bro.
But you know, me and the brother Barzal did a lesson on entrepreneurship. You know, and this being a business, you never seen a successful entrepreneur or a business. You know, they failed many times. You know, but they never just said they never gave up or quit or just said I'm about to take a nap. They ain't doing this no more.
Yep.
Slow down. You know, they kept progressing, man. This is a business. You know, so we gotta do that same thing. Man.
That's right.
You know?
Like one particular brother in the camp, he always speaks about, I'm gonna set myself up. I'm gonna make sure I stay at this job. I'm working for a year. I'm gonna stay here for a year. I'm gonna set myself up. He's trying to make the sacrifices for himself and ultimately, for the camp, so that he could be a better piece to YAHAWASHI. Okay? Purchasing things for the camp, losing sleep, buying things with cheer. So he can come up on a level, man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what YAHAWASHI requires from individuals, man. That whole comfort zone spirit is 2/3-ish.
Burnt out.
It's burnt out. It's 2/3-ish. 2/3 love comfort. But they already got the Christmas trees up. Why? Because that Christmas tree gives them comfort of grandmama, hot cookies and milk. They trying to rekindle that. They trying to rekindle that comfort, man.
Larry Johnson.
The elect, man. We all about that uncomfort life. And then
That was
God, and we'll probably give a couple more precepts and we'll close it out.
This is Romans 12:11. It says, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving YAHAWASHI.
That's right, and when you serve YAHAWASHI, he guides you according to his will, because you are a servant, you are a minister, so he can use you. Like we brought out earlier in Timothy about being fit for the master's use, a utensil fit for the master's use. Okay, when you trimming and you purging, you become a vessel where the Lord can just use you to do whatever. Yeah. Ultimately leading up to you healing people, healing blind people. On live camera. On live camera. The Spirit of the Lord can use you to the point where you can heal people on live camera, man. You can do spiritual things through the Spirit because the Lord can just use you, because he don't mind sacrificing for me. He don't mind losing. He don't mind missing time with his family. He don't mind losing sleep. He don't mind not being able to buy them shoes and giving that money to the brothers because they need it. He don't care.
Right.
The Lord can use somebody like that, man. And we have to put ourselves in the mind frame. Are we really moving according to the will? Go ahead.
I got the precept. Wow. This is 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as YAHAWASHI has suffered for us in the flesh, ye shall likewise with the same mind.
Yeah. Hey, just as our Lord YAHAWASHI suffered, man. Hey, brothers gotta suffer, man. Hey, YAHAWASHI is the ultimate prototype, so to speak, if I'm using the right word, as far as the Israelites concerned, man. So we gotta follow his footsteps, man. Just like he suffered in the flesh, down in the cross. That's why he told us to bear our cross, man. Right. To bear our burdens, man. You know, that's commanded, man. You know, go ahead.
But it said, "For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin." That's it right there.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
You know, so the whole premise of the lesson was through the Spirit was moving according to the will of the Lord, following when the Spirit speaks, sacrificing, mortifying the members of the flesh. You know, getting more in tune with YAHAWASHI so that you can be used as a vessel of righteousness to fulfill His will, so that you may be saved, you and your household and other people that may hear you will be saved. I can remember that there are people out here that are going to look for men of the Lord to guide them in that time. So we have to act accordingly, man. Okay, we have to act accordingly to the Spirit and stop worrying about the flesh too goddamn much, man. That's slavery. That's cargo slavery, bro. Hey, worrying, make sure you pick your cotton now.
Yeah.
That's slave. That's transatlantic, man. Okay, do what you gotta do. But remember now, the Spirit is open again. They was in that mind frame because they didn't have the name of the Lord. They didn't have the Spirit. Okay, so that was all they thought about. You just make sure you do that now. But bro, do that. Make sure you handling your business. Make sure you're doing what you got to do to provide for yourself. But make sure you're handling the spirit of it now that it's back open. Make sure you're working in there too. Okay? Anybody had anything else?
I have one to close.
Yeah, we can close on one.
This is a quick one. Kind of sums up everything. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 7. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. That's it.
So with that, I can consider your ways. Consider your ways. We will close out giving all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Rakakadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders at the water for all of you Akim on the comment board that added precepts and comments from the brother Kasab, Raja Sha'ala, GMS Babylon is done 144, KDC, Kalal, Ariyah, Apostle Ramla, all of you brothers, you know, Ayashamath, Qana'a, all of you brothers that commented, we want to say Shalom and Tawada for tuning in. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.